Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Well, on a Monday we normally go to the top of the Steam Workshop and find the best performing map of the moment, except for the current best performing map is actually a remake of a map that we've done in the past. Now, unless there's a specific reason to, I don't normally review remakes. So I did a little bit of rooting around and couldn't decide which map to do today. We have got some good maps this week, but which one today? Well, I found this one. It's currently trending. It was released in October 2018. It is this creator's...
It's my first map.
That's right. But it's also their most recent one as well. Their only map on the workshop. I think some of you might just like it. And showing that you like something by clicking the like button is a really good way of supporting something, getting people seen by more people and helping them grow a little bit bigger every single day. Thank you for your support. Today's map is Kenting by Valhalla, real life location remade down in Taiwan. It's a national park in Taiwan. There is your start square, looks very usable to me, a big old mountain looming over your city, be quite interesting. Then you've got terrain heights which look very solid, gotta say very solid indeed. Unlike of course the resources which look a little bit weak, a little bit light. We have some ore going on, a tiny little bit of fertile, but it does look a little bit light on resources. Fishing, if you have Sunset Harbour and you want to do fishing, this is what the fishing will look like for you. And then if we go across to the workshop, have a look. There's no DLC required for today's map. We'll be using the Network Extensions 2 mod, along with the Rainbow Bridge, some tunnel entrances, and Mr. Miyagi's Polynesia 2.0 theme, along with the Relight Average LUT. And if you're looking for the Relight Average LUT, search for a Relight mod, subscribe to that, and that comes with a bunch of lovely LUTs, including the Relight Average. Okay, so what can I tell you about the map? Well, for a first map, it's not bad. It does have a few little problems, and again, if you like this map enough to want to take it on, you probably want to go into the map editor and change a couple of things first. But it's mostly, there's nothing critical. There's something nearly critical, but there's nothing dreadfully critical about it. And as maps goes, you can tell by the visuals, it does look quite good. And seems to be a main selling point for a lot of maps. The amount of maps that are subscribed to on the workshop that look amazing and basically are completely broken. I just don't understand it. Some really nice beaches on this map. Something to say about this one. It does have a real nice tropical vibe to it. And of course the theme is a big seller for that one. Now we do have a little bit of blue mantle here and there. If I spin the camera around there, you can see it just under here. There's a few patches. It is fairly easy to fix. But there are... how about that one? No, that one looks okay to me. That one looks okay. There are a few tiny little patches of blue mantle. Probably not the biggest issue with the map. Probably the third biggest issue with the map. Again, though, there is only one major problem with the map, and the rest of it is fairly easy to fix. I would like to see a little bit of smoothing on these shark's teeth going on there, where the road has been put through, and a little bit of just a tiny little a touch of the smoothing tool on the top there, just to take those bitey bits off. Nice little bit of elevation up to this bridge, very clean and tidy. Tiny hint of blue mantle at that end of the bridge as well. This side looks good to me. I'm quite happy at this way. And again, following the road in towards the start square. This is a 4-lane national road from Network Extensions 2. Very nice mod, very nice set of roads as well. And then we have a really nice road bridge. I've got to say, do like the way this has been done. It's exactly the right size. Does a tiny hint of blue mantle under there as well. I'm not going to go on and on and on about the blue mantle, but there will be at least one more occasion I do feel we do need to have a look at when we get to it. Our first intersection looks like this. This is kind of the main thing. This is your main one. We have, it's a good looking intersection. We have a little bit of terrain clipping there. And there's a lot of things on this map that come in pairs. So terrain clipping there. The rest of this intersection looks really nice actually. Really smooth, very, very slick and sleek, and definitely a fan. See, the creator, although it's the first map, sorry, just dropped my mouse. The creator, while it might be their first map, definitely has got some skills within the game. Now, I kind of like this. We've got a cutting going through the top of the hill, elevates slightly to get up there, and then we have a little bit of a embankment where the soil has been taken out of the top to stack this road up a little bit. There's a little bit of terrain height mismatch going on there with the roads that is making the glitching between the two roads just look a little bit worse than it needs to. And again, it's not the only time we're going to see that. Everything does seem to be in pairs on this map. Bearing off to the right now. Now we've got some interesting little elevated sections going on here. And again, of course, a little bit of blue mantle here and there. You probably spotted a little bit there. And you'll notice here, we've got a big chunk here. Now that would be easily fixed. If you look, we've got elevated on the far side, but ground based on the near side. Now if that was matching up elevated on both sides, we wouldn't have a problem with blue mantle. And we've got exactly the same here. Everything is in pairs on this map. Again, major chunk of blue mantle on this side, and if both roads were elevated for that extra little stretch, it wouldn't be a problem at all. It's strange. It's very strange that things seem to be in pairs. I thought we had a little bit of drifting with the roads here, but when I come down and have a closer look, it's actually not bad. Kind of a little bit of a bump as we come down off the elevated section. But it's not too bad at all, and certainly way better than I thought it was going to be. I thought I was going to have a bit of a whine and a grind about that, but it was absolutely fine. You can see the road, so we've got a little elevated section through a little cutting. This has been very nicely done indeed. It's not just been dragged and dropped. Some time has been spent making sure that this looks half decent and is half playable. Now, as we head in towards the start square, you'll see an interesting looking intersection. And I say interesting looking because it does miss a third connection, which will connect the two sides of the start area together. But when we get there, you'll see what I mean. Heading up the hill now, and you'll see some terrain height mismatches again, causing big old glitching between the two roads here. And we were doing so well. But again, for a first map, it's not too bad at all. Heading up, this is this intersection that, like I say, we've got a bit that goes straight on, bears off to the left, a bit that goes straight on as well. We just could do with that extra connector so that traffic coming from this way down here, which isn't the start square, but plenty of room to build down there as well, can access the start square without having to go all the way out of the city and all the way back again. Anyway, into the start square, which means we have got an asset of the day. And it's a nice one. It's one of those creators we don't do very often, but they are pretty slick. It's the DU42 Low Residential by Dryas the Younger. DU, oh look, it looks a bit sleepy with the eyes half closed there. Go on. Yeah, DU Duisburg. This is the tropical city of German Duisburg. These buildings are from. Very nice indeed. And factoids, because factoids on today's date, the 15th of June, in 1215, just after midday, the Magna Carta was signed at Runnymede. However, King John didn't actually put his name to the document because he couldn't read or write. So he had to place his seal on it instead. God, John, it's 4 letters. Somebody just give him a quill. I'm sure we can find a way of doing it. Anyway, DU42 Low Residential by Dryas the Younger. That is a right nice looking building, that one. And yeah, there's plenty of them on the workshop as well. Plenty from Dryas. At least 41 others, as you could probably imagine. Okay, let's head across the... we're not going to go back down that highway. We're going to join up with the rail. Now, if you're going to have a one moan with the rail, you could say that this is a long old crawl up here. It is smooth. It is believable within the context of a game, Cities Skylines. But realists might find that a little bit too steep for their liking. Nice looking bridge here as well, nicely plopped, and looks very good for a rail bridge. Very happy with that. And then we come down, we're going to follow it, and it's from here on in, it looks pretty reasonable actually. We've got a decent looking tunnel entrance here. Look how slick this tunnel entrance is. The rail going straight in smoothly. I wish I could say the same for this one. It goes in at a slight elevation, and so that could be leveled out a little bit, but it could be worse. It really could be worse. Now, before we get to the rail tunnel, have a look at this. We've got, I told you everything's in pairs. We've got another one of these. This isn't the same one as earlier. This is a different one. And then down here, as we enter towards the tunnel, we've got some encroaching rail, which foliage on the rail, which could be cleaned up a little bit. And then we have the tunnels, okay? Oh, we have, on the left, we have the beautifully rendered tunnel, but it's just got that ramp. Take that at speed and you'll hit the roof. And then look at the rail. Ouch. That is a very steep entrance into the tunnel. Now, what goes on beyond here is right in the deep fog, or would be in the deep fog. So we're not going to criticise it for its detailing, but I do feel I need to show you, otherwise you'll feel that I'm hiding something, which I'm not. But yes, out here, it doesn't matter. Nobody's going to see this. This is in deep fog, but we will come back to it a little bit later on, just because.
I can't believe I'm plugging this, but my husband, this old gamer, has a YouTube channel where he builds cities or something. He thinks he's funny and different from other Cities Skylines channels, but what he needs to do is take out the trash. But in the meantime, check out this old gamer.
Brilliantly funny. Definitely subscribe to that channel if you haven't already. Okay, I'm not saying it because I'm getting paid either. Genuinely funny. Okay, shipping routes. Quite like shipping routes here. We have a loop, a straight route, and then we have a loop around which enables you to access the docks, which is very neat as well. And it's smooth. We've got little split off bits that preventing your right angle turns. Liking all of that, and again, very slick around here as well. You'll see the nice little curves there. Yes, Kenting by Valhalla has got a very slick set of shipping routes that I cannot complain about at all. Water flow, for those of you that want water flow through your start square, have a look at this. We've got strong water coming down this river, which is great, except for that's not the start square. Start square's over here, and I hate to say, it's a little bit light. It's edge of map water flow pushing in here into this lake, which is light. There is movement. There is a little bit of motion in that ocean, but it's very, very light. And then, if you can see, there you go. And if we push on up a little bit further, you'll see a little pass here, and it's coming in towards us at that location. And the still water is going to be around about here. That's where it's mostly dead. So that's where your pollution's going to accrue in your area of outstanding natural beauty. Probably not ideal if you're going to be pumping water into your sea. Okay, overall, I really do like the look of this map. It's got a really lovely vibe to it. It's a good design. It's perfectly balanced. It fits really nicely in the 25 tiles. In terms of build space, it's not flat. It's a little bit challenging without being too challenging. We've got some interesting shapes. There are a few different ways of playing it, a few different ways of attacking it. I think it's definitely got the smell of a really good map to build on. What I do like though is this separate island, obviously a real life island. I don't know what it's called, but if we do a little scan around it, you'll see we've got some really lovely beaches, some interesting rock work going on there. Speaking of rock work, there is a water spawn point on this map that I'm not going to show it because there are other things I want to show you on this map. But the rocks look a little bit stretched out on the spawn point. But other than that, I think it's really quite nicely done. The rocks on this particular map, I can just about live with it, you know. And that's a really good looking island. Certainly, probably good for tourism. That one, I would go for tourism. Really nice looking lakes, well placed lakes. The trees are a little bit spawned everywhere, but it's a tropical area. It's going to be densely forested, and I feel that possibly more trees could be used. Possibly. Now, speaking of rivers, I feel this is a little bit overkill on this river. I would reduce the water flow on this by about 30%, just to bring it down to a more believable level. Here, there's a lot of water coming through here, and I'm not buying the shape of it coming in here and around that way. So yeah, it just doesn't feel natural there, if I'm going to be hypercritical, of course. And then if we have a look here, you'll see that this mountain stream, again, I would reduce the water flow on this maybe by 50%. It'd just make it a lot more believable that this would be a mountain stream. I do like the lake at the top, though. That's very nice. But I probably would do without the feeder river coming into it. I just have that, even if it does have a feed river, I'd probably just have that as a standalone lake. I think it would look better for it. And so we have a very solid looking tropical island map. However, I did say there was a problem. If we come back down to the road, I don't know if you noticed this one, we've only got traffic coming in one direction. It's coming towards us, which is going to give us a very good reason to go back to that hidden tunnel entrance deep in the fog with the really dreadful standards. Okay. Okay, remember that tunnel? Yeah. I'm not worried about the detailing over here because it's never going to be seen. What we do have, though, is a gameplay problem. First of all, if we have a look here, it definitely connects. Yeah, definitely connects, but we've got a one-way going against it right here. So we need to invert the traffic flow here. Now, I did this, and I let the game run for about another 5 minutes. I didn't get any traffic flowing, but I couldn't see anything else wrong with it. I just feel that possibly the game needed a restart to get the traffic flowing. You'll also notice that the exit is across the way. It's like a left-hand turn crossing. See that? So that's not that that'd be a huge problem at all, tucked out there in the fog. But yeah, for me, it's something that needs fixing. Anyways, what do you think of this map? Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month, even though it's a year and a half old? Only you can decide. Top right hand corner of your screen now, there's a little I button. Give that a little click. You can vote with your Facebook, Gmail, YouTube, or a free Patreon account login. And that's it. What do I think of this map, though? Well, I think it looks really good. I think it looks very nice indeed. I don't think it's the best looking map I've ever seen, but I'm gonna give it that 4th star. I think it's striking, it's memorable, and it's crisp, and it's clean, and it's just into 4-star territory. Very good. Detailing. We have a few detailing issues, quite a few bits of blue mantle, and of course the glitchy road bits. All told, though, I still think it falls into 3 stars. Only just, but I think it's a 3-star map for detail. Gameplay potential. It's a little bit broken, but not a lot of it broken. If we didn't have that issue with the traffic flow on the edge of the map, I would go for a high 3, maybe a low 4. But as it stands, you can still play it. It gets 2 stars. It's not completely broken. It does actually work. So let's not be too mean. Kenting by Valhalla. Do you know what? I'm glad I found that. It deserves more than 27 subscriptions, doesn't it? 27. I mean, good grief. Mind you, that said, it slipped me by. I didn't even notice it. And I check the workshop almost daily looking for maps. Anyway, if you're still here, you are in the 20 and out elite, which means that you can use the word that's on the screen now in the comments. Don't talk about this in the comments. This is our secret society. And you can award yourself 100 population points just for fun. Keep your own scores, and I will ask you one day how many you've got. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.